Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over your lesson for today. You need to take out your composition book and your title in your table of contents for your number 16 is going to be Transformation of Shapes. Okay, Transformation of Shapes. You're going to go ahead and go to your page 16. And we're going to go ahead and write down the transformation of shapes. Okay? Our first type of transformation is going to be translation. A translation, if you see the SL in translation, you can think of it as sliding. Okay, when you translate something, you slide. You slide the shape. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and go with whenever we translate something to the right, we are going to basically just add an a to the x-coordinate. So if you have x, comma, y, it becomes x plus a number, comma, y. The only thing that changes is your x. If we want to translate it to the left, you start off with x, comma, y, and that's going to change to x minus a, comma, y. Now, if you want to move your shape up, your x, comma, y will look like x, comma, y plus b. So just y plus a number. You're moving something along your y-intercept. So the opposite of that is when we move down, you have x, comma, y. All you have to do is say x, comma, y minus b, a number. Is the transformation of shapes. When you slide, if you want to move something to the right, you have to change every single ordered pair. You have to make this change, your x plus a, right here. X plus a. If you want to change it to the left, you have to go ahead and make it x minus a, leave your y alone. If you want to translate something up, your x has to stay the same, your y you're going to add b to it, and if you want to move something down, your x will stay the same, and your y you'll be subtracting a, b. We're going to move on, so give me a second to switch over. We're going to talk about reflections. We've already gone over one type of reflection, and we went ahead and made that reflection across the x. So whenever we're going to go across the x, you're going to have your ordered pair, x, comma, y, and all it changes to is x, comma, negative y. Okay? Now, if that is the case for across the x, then across the y, you're going to start off with x, comma, y, and it's going to change to negative x, comma, y. You leave your y alone and you negate your x. After that, all you have to do is you make sure you do it to every single point that you have on your picture. And then you can go ahead and reflect, and that's how you can go ahead and change around. You can reflect your shape. Next, we're going to be moving on to rotations. Give me a second to move things around. Okay, guys, next is rotations. When we're talking about rotations, there's a few things that are going to change. You need to make sure that when you rotate your picture, every single point, you have to change every single point, every corner of your shape. So, If I want to rotate my shape 90 degrees clockwise, okay, your rule is basically you start off with x comma y, and all you're going to go ahead and do is it's just going to change to y comma negative x. So instead of having your x come first and then your y come second, your y is going to come first right here. Okay, your y is going to come first, and then you're going to negate your x. Okay, so that's 90 degrees clockwise. Now, for 90 degrees counter clockwise, it's the opposite. You'll start off with x comma y, and it will change to a negative y comma x. You still have to flip your x and your y, but you're negating your y. After that, if you want to rotate 180 degrees, you're going to start off with x comma y, and it's going to change to negative x comma negative y. So in this next part, I'll do 3 different examples of ordered pairs with the different rotations. Give me a second to switch over. Here are some examples. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to write these down. Okay. So we just talked about rotations. It's very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate 3, 2, 90 degrees clockwise. Well, our rule states that we're going to switch our y and our x and our y, but we need to negate our x. So, in this case, our x is 3, our y is 2. Well, we're not messing with our y, we're just going to switch it. So our 2 is going to come first, and then we're negating our 3. This is our new rotated point. We rotated it 90 degrees clockwise. Now, our next example is 90 degrees counterclockwise. We have our x here, and we have our y. Well, if we're going to rotate it counterclockwise, our rule states that we need to change our ordered pair to our y coming first, but we have to negate our y. So let's negate our 4, and then we're going to leave our x alone. Our x is a negative 3, and we're going to keep that negative 3. So this is our 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation of this point. Now, for 180 degrees clockwise, you're leaving your x comma y the same, you're just negating both of them. So my new point is 6 comma 7. Your x stays here, your y stays there, and you're good to go. You're just negating both of them. And that's it for the examples. We're going to go ahead and move on. And you guys are going to do the your turns. So, let me erase this real quick. On that worksheet, that stapled worksheet that I passed out to you, you have your different rules for translations, for reflections, and for rotations. That's exactly what I just went over. With all those, on page 352, so if you turn to page 352, that's printed out for you, you're going to do the your turn, and there's a star by it. A rectangle has vertices at 0, negative 2. That's page 352, your turn. For your reflections, on page 353, you're going to do the your turn problem there. Okay. Then on page 354, you will do the your turn. And then guided practice. Guided practice, you're going to do just 1 through 3. And then the independent practice, which is page 355 through 356, you're going to be doing problems 5 through 12. If you have any questions for me, I will have tutoring tomorrow morning. See you later. Bye.